In a peaceful forest, there lived a gentle little squirrel with big round eyes and a kind heart. Every day, she carried on her back a small brown suitcase filled with neatly folded papers recording each memory and every apology. When someone made her sad, she wrote it down. When she made a mistake, she softly said, "I'm sorry," and placed the note inside. To her, it was a way to never forget life's lessons. She believed that remembering everything, joys and sorrows alike, would make her better because every emotion deserves to be cherished, even pain. Day by day, the suitcase grew with her, containing not only memories but also the pure heart of a squirrel who always wished to live kindly and gratefully. At first, the little suitcase held only a few sheets, light as a harmless game. But over time, the papers recording mistakes, sadness, and apologies piled up, making the suitcase heavy. Each sheet was an emotion unlet go, a pain unhealed. Her shoulders ached, her steps slowed, and she no longer climbed trees or played with friends. The gentle smile faded, yet she still clung to her suitcase, believing it to be a lesson that would keep her kind and compassionate. She thought holding on to the past would make her better, not realizing those sad memories only weighed her heart down. She feared that letting go would mean forgetting how to be good. And so, amid the peaceful forest, a small squirrel grew weary, carrying the whole world of her mistakes and fears inside what once seemed a harmless suitcase. One evening, as the golden sunset bathed the forest, the little squirrel trudged wearily with her suitcase full of memories. Passing a great tree, she met an old turtle sitting calmly beneath the green canopy, his gentle eyes filled with wisdom. He looked at her and asked softly, "Little one, why do you look as if you're carrying the whole world on your back?" The squirrel smiled sadly and replied, "Because I am, sir. Inside this suitcase are all my mistakes and unfinished deeds. I'm afraid if I forget them, I won't know how to be good anymore." The turtle was silent, then asked again, "But have you ever forgiven yourself?" The question swept through her small heart like a cool wind. She stood still, eyes glistening, realizing she had spent her life apologizing to others but never to herself. As the light faded, the little squirrel stood quietly in the forest, carrying not only a heavy suitcase, but also the weight of guilt and fear in her tender heart. That night, rain poured over the forest, and the wind roared through the trees. The little squirrel shivered, searching for shelter, but her suitcase was too heavy for her tiny legs. The ground was slippery. She stumbled and fell. The suitcase burst open, scattering hundreds of papers into the storm. The notes of apologies, memories, and pain flew everywhere. Some sank into puddles, others soared into the treetops and vanished. The squirrel panicked, tears mixing with rain, trying desperately to gather them, but it was hopeless. When she looked up, the suitcase was empty, her back suddenly light. For the first time in forever, she felt free. The rain still fell, but her heart was calm and peaceful. She realized that to be good, she didn't need to carry the past. Sometimes letting go is the truest way to live and be happy. After the storm, the forest returned to peace. Sunlight streamed through the leaves, shining on the little squirrel who sat quietly, feeling lighter than ever. Without the heavy suitcase, she felt reborn. For the first time, she experienced true freedom, unbound by the past. From then on, she lived cheerfully and freely, still making mistakes, still feeling joy and sadness, but never holding on to them. When she erred, she sincerely said, "I'm sorry," learned from it, and let it drift away like a leaf in the wind. One morning, the old turtle returned and saw her dancing joyfully among the branches, her smile bright. "You've changed," he said. The squirrel nodded. "I still remember, but I no longer carry it." The turtle smiled. "Carrying some things is necessary, but not everything helps you grow." And so, the little squirrel lived lightly, peacefully, and free, having learned to forgive herself. The story ends with a profound lesson about forgiveness and letting go. Many believe that holding on to guilt or pain makes us better, but the truth is, the more we hold, the heavier and sadder we become. True growth doesn't come from carrying the past, but from learning, forgiving, and releasing. Forgiving oneself doesn't mean forgetting, it means accepting the past with peace. When we can say, "I'm sorry," learn from our mistakes, and let them go, life becomes lighter and freer. Only when we release what no longer serves us can we truly be happy and soar high on the wings of compassion and self-forgiveness.